You ever stand there, mug of coffee in hand, and watch someone steal your boat and think, you know what? Go ahead. Take it. That's exactly what I did the day Brenda Holloway rolled up my driveway in her white BMW and heels sharp enough to slice through asphalt, brandishing what looked like a stack of legal papers. She barked at the two deputies like she owned them, waving her arms as they loaded up my $120,000 Grady White onto a flatbed like she was the Queen of Florida herself. Thing is, that boat last thing my wife Sarah and I worked on before cancer took her. People say you should lawyer up, get mad, maybe throw a fit. But after 22 years in the Navy, places where engines go out, folks don't come back, I learned sometimes the best move is to let your enemy think they're winning. So I smiled, sipped my coffee, and let the diesel exhaust of Brenda's little victory parade fade into the distance. She actually waved, all proud, like she'd just slayed a dragon. Truth was, she'd just made the worst mistake of her life. Now, if you've got your own neighborhood tyrant, drop your city down below. I know I'm not alone. But if you want to know how this story ends, you better stick around, because it gets wild. My name's Marcus Kellerman, and about 3 years back, I thought I'd found my slice of paradise. After fixing ships in some of the world's worst holes, all I wanted was peace, just me, Sarah, and the promise of quiet mornings. We bought a corner lot in Pelican Shores, Florida, 127 waterfront homes, supposed to be drama-free, just fishermen arguing about who caught what. Me and Sarah had plans. Coffee in the salty air, sunsets on the water in our 87 Grady White, the one we rescued for $3,000, patched up over years with stubbornness and love. Sarah called it our retirement project. Cancer had other plans. So there I was, 52, widowed, 2 college girls out in the world, and a house echoing with all the things we'd never get to do. I poured every ounce of grief into that boat. New paint, electronics, upholstery, turned it into something that'd make a millionaire jealous. To me, it was therapy. To the appraiser, it was a $120,000 work of art. And apparently, to Brenda Holloway, it was a personal insult. She appeared one Tuesday morning. Perfect hair, sunglasses worth more than my truck, her BMW blocking my drive, clipboard clutched like a holy relic. We need to discuss your vehicle situation, she said, not asked. She jabbed her pen at my boat like it was a hazard. Violates aesthetics. Too big, too visible, inappropriate for our caliber of neighborhood. I studied her. Never met someone so perfectly maintained who hadn't been punched in the mouth at least once. I told her, got city permits. Brenda, boat's legal. She let out a laugh that could cut glass. Legal doesn't mean suitable. She started naming names: Henderson's RV, Patel's basketball hoop. But they're established residents, she said, meaning they had money. Me? I was the Navy guy who didn't fit her vision. I glanced around, violations everywhere, but her pen was moving, making notes for what I knew would become a bureaucratic nightmare. That night, I called my twins. Emily, law student, told me, Dad, document everything. Grace, business major, said, find out who else Brenda's after. Smart girls, those two, started keeping records, taking pictures, building a case. And what I found, even my old Navy buddies would have been impressed. Brenda wasn't just on a power trip, she was running a harassment ring, targeting anyone who didn't fit her image of the perfect resident. 3 days later, she returned, this time with backup: her brother-in-law Derek, who swaggered out of a county car with an inspector badge, a clipboard thick as a phone book, and the enthusiasm of a man who knew he was about to bend the rules. He found violations faster than a crooked carny at the ring-toss drainage under my trailer, unpermitted wiring, possible environmental hazard from marine fluids, 30 days to fix or daily fines, he said, not looking me in the eye. I called my neighbor Lou, retired maritime lawyer, 70, still sharp as a tack and meaner than a cornered gator. Lou read Derek's paperwork, then grinned. Your boy here never filed marine certification. Can't tell a boat from a bathtub. And that's lesson 1. Always check who's allowed to write you up. Sometimes the badge is just plastic. Lou called Rita, former city clerk and legend when it comes to digging up dirt. She found Brenda had never filed her required annual disclosure no filings. No power. Brenda was, in legal terms, nobody. Rita wasn't done, came over with files showing half the HOA board members didn't even live there anymore. Brenda had been rubber stamping her own requests for years. That night, I documented every violation in the neighborhood. Henderson's RV blocking traffic. Brenda's own fence 6 inches too tall. But I didn't strike yet. Sometimes, the best strategy is letting your enemy get cocky. Brenda went on the offensive, filed complaints, sent flyers with ugly boat photos, organized a meeting with TV news. At the meeting, under flickering fluorescent lights and the smell of burnt coffee, Brenda put on a show: slides, noise readings, photos, everything except the truth. She'd even bribed a few neighbors behind on dues to sign her complaints. But Lou had found that Tusht offered payment breaks for signatures. And when Channel 7's Jessica Jules started asking real questions, Brenda fumbled. Can you show documentation? Noise citations? She danced around the answers. Afterward, I handed Jessica a thick folder: Brenda's missing paperwork, financial misdeeds, proof of selective targeting. Jessica's eyes lit up. You're saying she's not legit? Not at all. I told her. She's running a racket. And boy, did Jessica dig. She found Brenda had a historia trail of selective enforcement and shady accounting across 3 other neighborhoods. But the bombshell came when Rita dug up the original 1987 Pelican Shores Covenants boats stored before 1995, grandfathered in forever. And there was my lot in a 1989 photo. Boat in the driveway. My boat was more legal than Brenda's whole presidency. Brenda, now desperate, filed a $47,000 lien on my house fees. Fines. Pure fiction. Patricia, a maritime law specialist Lou knew, laughed when she saw it. This is amateur hour. Filing fraudulent liens is a crime. Lou, meanwhile, found $80,000 missing from HOA accounts, emergency repairs that went to Brenda's expenses. Her lawyer? Sanctioned twice for bogus lawsuits. It got even uglier. Brenda hired private eyes to follow me, painted me as dangerous to neighbors, filed a false police report. Sergeant Williams, a veteran cop, saw through me phone records, security cameras, all showed Brenda was lying. Jessica's report on Channel 7 was the last straw. She exposed Brenda's scam. The whole county knew. So Brenda got bolder, planning a seizure of my boat. Patricia suggested we set a trap, move the boat to public marina, pretend to be in financial trouble, let Brenda think she could swoop in. Hidden cameras, GPS trackers, news crew in place. Sure enough, Brenda took the bait, showed up with official papers. Deputies. Flatbed. Stole my boat on camera. What she didn't know, every second was being recorded. FBI watching in real time. That night, Brenda hosted her victory HOA meeting. Banners. Podium. The whole circus. I waited till she started bragging about restoring standards. Then walked in. Played audio of her brother-in-law's bribe. Then her own fake police call. Patricia stepped up. Florida's a single-party consent state. Brenda. Rita laid out the embezzlement and fake permits. And then my phone buzzed. FBI. Target secured. Arrest proceeding. Agents came in. Cuffs clicked around Brenda's wrists. Lou started the slow clap. The whole room joined in. Brenda got 3 years in federal prison, plus nearly $300,000 in restitution. Her cronies lost their jobs. The lawyer got disbarred. The best part? The neighborhood booted the whole board. Voted in a new one with real oversight. Rita became president. Lou historian. Even the Henderson's RV got officially grandfathered. My boat. Safe. Sound. Running better than ever. I started a foundation in Sarah's name for boat restoration scholarships. Built a memorial pier for the community. Emily gave a speech at the dedication that left folks in tears. Jessica's documentary won an Emmy. Sparked laws for better HOA oversight. Now, mornings on the dock mean good coffee and good company, kids fixing engines. Neighbors waving. No more fear. No more Brenda. Just the sound of life. And a boat that proves love and a little courage can outlast any storm, even a suburban dictator with a clipboard. So here's what I learned. Bullies only win if you let him. Document everything. Know your rights. Find your people. And never back down. Sometimes justice looks like slow paperwork sometimes. It looks like handcuffs and a standing ovation. If you've ever been through an HOA nightmare or faced down your own Brenda, drop your story below. How far should power go before it crosses the line? What's justice look like where you live? Let's hear your battles, because nobody should have to fight alone.
You think this is a joke? You listen to me when I'm talking to you?
The decision is final. Your boat is in violation and it's leaving with the tow truck.
Over my dead body. I pay my fees. You cannot tow this boat.
This paperwork doesn't match what we discussed at all.
Just let me explain the financing structure.
Explain the boat sitting out there while we drown in debt?
We are not drowning. I just need you to trust the plan. Look at what you've done to the hull. I told you not to use that soap.
It's just water.
Stop micromanaging everything I do.